Hey everybody. Happy dreary Friday. It is rainy, it is nasty, it's disgusting out. It feels like fall. You know the weather is turning, the leaves are going to start dying, winter's right around the corner. And I don't mind it because I hate the heat. The heat and humidity I hate. Hate it. Absolutely hate it. I love the cold air during the wintertime. I'm the kind of guy I don't wear a coat. I usually wear like a hoodie or something. That's about it. Love the cold air. The only thing I hate with the wintertime now is snow. I used to love the snow. Absolutely love it. And then I became a truck driver and everything changed. You know, I look at today and it's all rainy and nasty out, and I know 2 months from now, this day like today is going to be all snow. And it's going to make my life miserable. I hate the snow. The very first time I ever drove in the snow with a tractor trailer, got stuck several times. And the last time I got stuck, I was stuck for about 15 minutes, and I called the terminal and I said, when I'm done here, I'm coming back. I can't do any more deliveries. They said, okay, bring it in. And so I spent about another 15 minutes just spinning my wheels, because what happens is you want to heat up the snow with your wheels spinning, causing that friction until it melts enough to get down to the cement, and you can catch and jump your truck a little bit to pull it. And so once I got unstuck there, I drove all the way back to the terminal, non-stop. I didn't stop at all. Every red light I paced until I could get through it. Every stop sign I paced and watched traffic, and there wasn't a whole lot of traffic out actually. There was very few cars, but you just pace everything until you get back to the terminal, because you don't want to get stuck again. The very next time I stopped was actually in our yard to back into a door, and I got stuck. Spent about 15 minutes trying to get unstuck there. So yeah, that was my welcome to driving in the snow experience. You get used to it after a while, but for the most part, it sucks. Absolutely sucks. You just gotta take your time, be smart. That's where the defensive driving comes into play. But yeah, winter's right around the corner, but it's Friday, and I'm happy about that. I'm trying to sell my Trailblazer tomorrow. Hopefully the fella shows up and wants it. Has a bad transmission. I'm not selling it for much. Just want it out of my driveway. He was gonna trade me a 1990 Ford Mustang that needed a new shifter cable and a little bit of work on the body. I was gonna take the trade because it was gonna be an equal trade, and he was actually to sweeten the pot for me. He was actually gonna fix the 4-wheel drive on my truck as well. So I was all about that. And then he texted me last night and said, hey man, a tree fell on the car. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So back to the original plan. He's gonna purchase the car hopefully, and he'll fix my 4-wheel drive in my truck, and I'll call it a day. If I can get somebody to fix my 4-wheel drive on my pickup truck for winter time, and I also get that thing out of my driveway and I make some money at it, it's a win. So yeah, that's that. This week's been kind of crazy for me. I've just been out of it mentally. Haven't been thinking about much of anything, just trying to get through my days. But you get those weeks, and you know, with this week and the rain and everything, it's been one of those weeks where you just want to get done and be home and get it over with. But I was thinking about my pastor's sermon this week, and he was talking about drifting, and you know, drifting spiritually and drifting away from God, and what causes that, and how can you prevent it, and what does it look like. And it's some things that I've been thinking about a lot recently in the past few weeks, you know. And one of the things he's talked about was, who do you have in your life that has the permission from you, that you've given permission to come to you and express their thoughts and feelings as to them thinking you might be drifting spiritually. But that's a hard conversation to have. If you see a friend that might be drifting spiritually, and you don't have that that real tight relationship with them that you think nothing could break you guys, that's a hard conversation to have. You don't want to ruin a friendship, but at the same time, you don't want to see somebody die spiritually. And I was thinking, man, who do I have in my life that I've given permission to kind of call me out and say, hey, dude, you're drifting. We need to talk about it. I got a few guys in my life that I would love to have that relationship with, but I've never given anybody permission to do that. So I'll be talking to them soon, and having that heart-to-heart conversation and letting them know that I want them to be that guy to hold me accountable. But I would encourage everybody to get that relationship going. I mean, I think that's important. I think that's a very important thing for me to have, to keep me from going through my valleys, or at least prevent me from going in such a deep valley spiritually. I think that's a good idea. I was glad Joe talked about that this Sunday. Accountability. It's something that kind of slips your mind if you're not always thinking about it, because it's not your natural instinct to go find somebody that's going to keep you accountable about stuff, but that's what you need. You need people in your life that are going to keep you accountable, men and women. No, I should say men and women should have people that keep them accountable, but I think some things is, men should have men keeping them accountable, unless it's your wife. But yeah, I think Christians, when they drift, it starts with compromise. I don't think they just drift for no good reason. I think it starts with compromise and becomes that snowball effect. I thought of an analogy a couple weeks ago, and basically, I've never verbalized this analogy until now, so hopefully it makes sense. Visualize sin as water in a pool. And on that pool, on the walls, you have labeled 10 feet for the deep end, and you got 1 foot for the baby end, for the shallow end of the pool. And you as a Christian, you approach the pool, and you're dealing with living your life for God, but also trying to pursue your own personal desires that aren't of God. And there's that compromise going, and you see the swimming pool, and you just want to dip your toe. You just want to kind of take a little dip into the baby end. You're not trying to get in the deep end. You're not trying to drown. You just want to kind of hang out here in the shallow end. So you just kind of hop in, and just to kind of get your body wet and stuff in the shallow end, so you can just hop out real quick and you're good to go. But the lie is that though it's labeled 1 foot and 10 foot, it's all 10 feet, and you jump in and you drown and die. And I think that's what kind of happens with us spiritually. I think we think we're going to compromise. We're like, we categorize sins in our mind. We're this is a bad sin, unforgivable sin. I will never do that. And then you have these other sins. You're like, it's not going to kill me. I've done it before, and I've lived through it. I'm here today. I'm in church on Sunday after I did that, so obviously it didn't hurt me that much. And it starts with that compromise. But what we don't realize is that all sin kills. We categorize sins from least to greatest, but God looks at all sin that's not covered by the blood of Christ, deadly. So whether it's gossip or murder, it'll kill you spiritually either way in God's eyes. And that's why it's so important for us to be covered by the grace of God. And I just thought of that analogy the other day and stuff, and I was really thinking that kind of applies with this. We just try to take that little dip into the shallow end and wind up killing ourselves. Can't tell you how many times I've played that game. I would encourage you to try to stay away from taking those dips in the shallow end, because it's going to ultimately hurt you. Find somebody to keep you accountable, somebody that you trust, that you enjoy being around, that loves you, and cares about your well-being, and ask them to be your accountability partner. Not even accountability partner, but as much as just, dude, you see me drifting, call me out on it, talk to me about it, sit down, have a heart-to-heart with me about it, so that, because I may not even see it. I may not see that I'm drifting because I'm creating the excuses in my mind. It's okay for this reason or that. I may not see it, but you may see it. So if you see it, call me out on it, please. I would encourage everybody to have their relationship with somebody. I'm going to be pursuing those relationships with a couple other people, and I would encourage you to do so as well. Stop playing in the shallow end. It's going to kill you. All right, I hope you all have a great weekend. You know, get through this rain. But no matter if it's raining or sunny, today's a good day to have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.